All right, let's see how many of you are live online right now. I'm trying to go live on both Facebook and Instagram, and this is a new Jugaad technology that I've identified. So you can't even imagine. Okay, so my laptop is right in front of me because Instagram does not allow multiple streams to be telecasted. So my laptop is right now in front of me, and behind that, on a stand, I've kept my mobile so that the camera angle is almost the same. So I'm trying to go live online at both Instagram as well as Facebook, and I can see so many of you already joining it. Ria Ahuja, Ruchi Agarwal, Fawzia Rashid, Jyoti Vij, Patel Kashmira, Shraddha Kumar. Hey Shraddha, ladies and gentlemen, we do have an amazing school counselor, Shraddha Kumar from Utpal Sangvi School, Mumbai. She is a super phenomenal counselor. She wears multiple hats in the school, and a very good friend of mine. Rupi Bhargava, Malti Gosai, Bhavika Shroff, Bhavna Vadva, Jyoti Vij. And I can see loads of people joining in on Instagram. Let me quickly put my camera in the right position so that I will try and see how many of you are joining on Instagram. Okay, so today we have a very important topic, a topic which is so critical that it can make or break your child's career. Okay, and it is very critical. We have to talk about it, but meanwhile, while I am trying to see who all is live online across 7 Facebook pages and 1 Facebook group and YouTube and Instagram. Something really crazy that I'm trying right now, and I can see already way upward of 300 and 320, 27, 26, 25. Okay, 327. Let's keep it there. Way upward of 300 people watching me on Facebook and about 40 odd people watching me on Instagram. This is good. Okay, so today we're going to talk about leadership skills. Hello, Lakshman. Hello, Bhavika. Jyoti Vij. Okay, Anam, this side. Hey, hi, Ria. Hey, Anita Mutwani. Thank you so very much for joining in. This is crazy, right? Every night I come at 10 o'clock. Mostly every night. Yesterday I wasn't there. And I try and disturb you and wake you up from your sleep. And you guys still keep on coming me and still keep on supporting me. I can't tell you how awesome do I feel. And I feel as if I'm just doing the right thing by disturbing the sleep, because every time you come here you give me enough confidence to come again. But चालू करने से पहले एक शेर अर्ज करूंगा. खुद से जीतने की जिद है मेरी, खुद से जीतने की जिद है मेरी, मुझे खुद ही को हराना है. खुद से जीतने की जिद है मेरी, मुझे खुद ही को हराना है. मैं भीड़ नहीं हूं दुनिया की, मैं भीड़ नहीं हूं दुनिया की, मेरे अंदर खुद ही एक जमाना है. So the fact of the matter is that the leadership skills are so critical in life that if you want to position yourself, or if you want your child to position himself or herself as different from rest of the world, as different from the crowd, as different from the rat race, then you need to develop that leadership skill in your child. Now the unfortunate part is that leadership skill is neither taught in the school. It is definitely not taught even in a B school, even in an MBA college, where it is so important that it should be a part and parcel of curriculum right from the middle school onwards. It should better be a part and parcel of the curriculum, because it is one skill which you can learn, which you can definitely learn. And it is scientifically proven that the kids who have high leadership skills are the ones who actually go on and take higher roles in their work life. So when we talk about a child's school journey, middle school or a high school journey, it becomes very important that we focus and we develop our children to have those super immaculate and high leadership skills. And that's the reason I'm here today. कितनी बार ऐसा होता है जब स्कूलों में टीचर्स बात करती हैं. मान लीजिए एक क्लास टीचर है, there is a class teacher, and class teacher has completed a class and she's going outside the class, and there is a new subject teacher who's supposed to come into the class for the very first time. Do you know the kind of discussion the class teacher does with this new subject teacher? The discussion happens like this. All right, hi. So let's say the new subject teacher's name is Anuradha. So let's say, and the class teacher is class teacher. So the class teacher tells, hi Anuradha, welcome to the new school. I'm so excited that you are now going to teach my class. Let me share a couple of things about you. So in my class, there is a student called Shivansh Gupta who is super brilliant. He's very vocal. He is very active, and he will be able to take care of the variety of work that you want him to do. So this is one child or rather that you will be very proud of. और क्लास में अगर कुछ भी काम कराना हो, कुछ भी एक्स्ट्रा टास्क देना हो, he is that person who you can look up to, and he will always be there for helping you. But Anuradha, I also want to tell you one more thing. There is another kid called Daksh or Dakshansh. All right. So there's another kid called Dakshansh, and just be aware, okay? Because this kid is really naughty. He will take the class upside down if you leave him, and you really need to see that that Daksh is also in control. But the great part about Daksh is that while he is naughty, he also is great friends with everybody in the class. So if you have both Shivansh and Daksh under your control, pretty much your life will be a smooth journey. Whereas there are two more kids in the class who are relatively less spoken. They do not talk much. So I think you can just let them go. These are the kind of discussions which happen in the school galley. And this is not in one school. This is with every school, and this is not a problem with one teacher. This is not a problem at all. The question here is that there were these two kids who were able to carve out an impression on the class teacher, one for good, one for bad, but both of them had some sort of leadership skills, and the class teacher was vocal enough in complimenting these two kids and in marketing these two kids to the other new teacher who has joined it, right? This is the impact of leadership skills in the school. Now, why is that we always remember the names of those 2 or 3 kids who always come onto the stage and talk? Because these are those two or three kids who actually end up showing lot of leadership skills in the public. तो उनके नाम याद हो जाते हैं, आपको भी याद हो जाते हैं, मुझे भी एज अ पेरेंट याद हो जाते हैं कि ऑल राइट, लास्ट असेंबली में जब पेरेंट्स को बुलाया था, दिस वाज द किड हु वाज स्पीकिंग रियली वेल, right? So what we have to understand is that leadership skills cannot be hidden. They are very much visible. And now I'm looking at Instagram and talking to you, and now I'm looking at Facebook and I'm talking to you. So there is some height difference between the cameras. So if I'm looking down, please understand I'm looking into the laptop and talking to Facebook. If I'm looking up, please understand that I'm looking into Instagram and looking into my mobile and talking to you guys. All right. So, all right. So it's critical to know that there are these few kids who will outshine with their leadership skills. Everybody will be remembering their names. Everybody will be talking high of them. And these are those kids who will actually very naturally grow up the corporate ladder and take the highest of the positions in the corporate ladder. Rather, the high positions and the promotions and that kind of a leadership role will first come naturally to these two kids because they have developed it inside the school in those teenage years. Another beautiful part that we have to understand is that there is a very thin line, or rather the line is actually very blurred now. It's actually vanishing between teenagers and young adults. आजकल आपके मेरे बच्चे हर वो बात करते हैं जो हम कॉलेज में किया करते थे. हमारे स्कूल में स्कूल जाने वाले बच्चे वो बातें करते हैं जो हम कॉलेज में किया करते थे. And that's the reason why the line between the teenage years and the line between the young adulthood, right, is actually vanishing. It's diminishing. So while all these things are happening, it becomes all the more critical that we imbibe those leadership skills intentionally into our kids, and we should start doing that from middle school onwards. So if there are parents who are listening to me and your kids are in grade 6, 7 and 8, believe you me, you keep on asking me, why don't I talk about grade 6, 7 and 8 students? This is it. Today I'm talking about them, right? So you start developing their leadership skills from grade 6, 7 and 8 onwards. You look at them and you develop their leadership skills in a manner that they are able to learn the nuances of leadership skills. And there are various ways that I'm going to suggest you today how you can build the leadership skills in a child. But before that, while people are still joining in, I can still see a lot of people joining in, and the list is going up. Manjula Khurana, Kavita Sharma, Avni Ranvade, Pooja Makkar, Ruchita Badmotia Kotadia, Shivani Ahuja, Karishma Thakkar, Avni Parekh, another good friend of mine, ladies and gentlemen, counselor of Vibgyor Group of Schools. She is very regular in supporting me. Thank you, Avni, for joining in. Thank you, Shraddha Kumar, for joining in. Parita Shah, thank you so very much, guys. So coming back to it, we were talking about how critical leadership skills are, and how important it is for us to develop those leadership skills in grade 6, 7, 8 upwards, and all the way to the high school. Very critical. We were talking that how does the kids with high leadership skills are visible, they are remembered, people know their names, they are talked about in the school in very high esteem. And these are the kids, scientifically proven, these are those kids who actually go on and acquire high leadership roles in their work life, because leadership comes naturally to them. So if possible, I would definitely request and keep on voicing my concern to the people in the decision making fraternity that if it is possible, we should have leadership as a curriculum in the school. Unfortunately, majority of the leadership skills are taught outside the four walls of the classroom. Okay, and extracurriculars play a very, very important role. While parents here, while you guys are focusing on academics, and I understand with pre-boards coming up and boards coming up, this is high pressure academic season. With internal assessments coming up, IB schools have their TAs and essays and assessments right now lined up for December. So I understand that this is a high academic pressure time, but once this high academic pressure times dies down and kids become relatively light with their studies, my suggestion is, please, for heaven's sake, go out there and involve your children into certain extracurricular activities and develop their leadership skills. It is also important to understand that we need leadership skills are not only important for your children and my children, they are important for our communities, they are important for our cities, they are important for our country, they are important for the world, they are important for the government, for the workplace, even for God's sake, for a charitable organization. We need a leader everywhere, and we need responsible and effective leaders. So if you are making your child a good leader, if you're inculcating or imbibing the great leadership skills and traits in your child, you're not only doing a great service for your own child, you're doing a great nation building service, right? This is your way that you can contribute back to the nation building, because if your child is a great leader, he or she will be able to create businesses, run businesses, make people, people have livelihood, give jobs to various people, create multinational organizations. So it's very, very critical that you have to do it for your child, because charity begins at home. So do it for your child, and in the long run, if all 400, 500 of you who are listening to me right now, if all of you focus on your child and make them good leaders right from the high school or the middle school onwards, believe you me, we will have 500 good leaders 10 years down the line. And that's the importance of producing great leaders. Teens do have a lot of challenges. We have to understand that. It's not easy to develop any particular skill. It is definitely not easy to focus on any particular activity because they are succumbed with various tasks. कई बार मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि शिवांश के पास मुझसे ज्यादा काम है, because my son is into coding, he's into guitar, he's into drums, he's into public speaking, speech, debate, he's learning Spanish and Japanese. And I feel at times that, hey kid, you are losing your life. But then I realized that since I started focusing on him since the very beginning, he started enjoying these activities. And for him, these are those activities which are great me time. So he says, Dad, I don't get stressed because my me time is playing guitar. Either which ways, I'm having my recreation. And he is trying to build leadership skills even through music. So we have to understand that children today are very busy, especially teenagers, between school, work, extracurricular activities, and the age-old responsibility of showing themselves as the perfect Superman kid in their family. Because of you and me, our kids carry this tremendous pressure of being the so-called ideal kid in the world, and he's being compared and she's being compared with everybody else in the world. We have to understand no two kids are similar. जैसे ये 5 उंगलियां बराबर नहीं है, ऐसे 5 बच्चे भी बराबर नहीं हो सकता. So no two kids are similar, but they have a hell lot going on in their life. Amid all the types of distractions, the Xbox, the PlayStation, the video games, the Instagrams, the Snapchats, and they have all the distractions which actually cheat them of their time. In addition to this, we definitely need to find time to develop leadership skills, simply because the results of leadership skills are great. At school, they will have a positive influence on their teachers. At school, they will have positive influence on their peers. They will be able to take a responsible role in a school club or a committee. If you have built leadership skills, the teachers will be able to see them, and these will be those kids who will be the house prefect, class monitor, school captain, vice captain, MUN club secretary. So they will be able to create great positive influence on their teachers and peers. They will be able to grasp those leadership roles in various school clubs and committees, may even become the head boy or the head girl of the school, and they will help other kids also in achieving their goals, because these are leaders. They know how to take the entire class together, entire group together. They will be able to participate in various extracurricular activities. They will be able to participate in various youth leagues, youth groups. They will be able to, we keep on asking, how should I make my child do community service? You develop leadership skills, the child will himself or herself figure out ways of doing volunteering through the community service. They will be able to raise funds. They will be able to conduct fundraising for various activities. In family, when they grow up, these kids, or even when they are kids, they will have better understanding. They will be less indecisive, and they'll be very, very decisive. आज ये करना है, कल वो करना है, परसों कुछ और करना है. ऐसी वाली सोच खत्म हो जाती है उन बच्चों की जिनमें हम लीडरशिप स्किल्स को इम्बाइब करते हैं, राइट? बिल्कुल खत्म हो जाती है. यू हैव टू टेक इट इन योर स्ट्राइड दैट लीडरशिप स्किल्स आर critical. They are able to develop better relationship with their parents, their siblings. It's very important, because most of the times we as parents keep on complaining हमारा बच्चा हमसे ढंग से बात नहीं करता, क्योंकि हमने बच्चे को मिडिल स्कूल और हाई स्कूल में लीडरशिप का ज्ञान ही नहीं दिया. अगर हम लीडरशिप का ज्ञान देते, then leadership also comes with empathy and comes with heart. There's something called leadership with heart. I'm going to talk about it in next couple of minutes. So they will be able to have great relations with you. They'll be able to understand your side of the story, because a leader not only knows how to talk himself, but he's a great listener. She's a great listener, right? So leadership skills teaches a child to be a patient listener. Don't you and me want that? We want our kids to listen to us, right? They just don't listen to us. So if you want your and my kids to listen to us, you have to start imbibing leadership skills from the very beginning, from early years, right? From middle school, from high school onwards. They will be able to take care of their own responsibilities at home. So enough of those quilt being lying around when the kid gets up and goes to school virtually or physically. The kid will be able to fold their own clothes and make their own bed. These are very, very important things. आप खुद सोचिए, अगर आपका बेटा आज अपना बेड नहीं संभाल पा रहा है, तो कल को जब उसकी शादी होगी तो उसकी बीवी क्या सोचेगी? सोच के देखिए. What kind of an impression will he give to the other person, other life partner? So these things are very, very critical. He will be able to be a positive role model for the younger siblings, right? These are so critical of things that you would understand that leadership skills को बनाना बहुत जरूरी है. Now, how do you do that? Very first thing that you can do is teach your kid how to network well. Okay, teach your kid how to remember names of other people. There are various programs one can join. Very recently, we did a program with high school moms where I brought in Dale Carnegie, the father of marketing and sales, and we did a program with Dale Carnegie called Generation Next to develop leadership skills for kids. I personally attended it myself, and I really realized that the first step to create and carving an impression is start remembering the name of the person opposite to you you're talking to. Another thumb rule is, अगर कोई बात करते करते आपका 3 बार नाम लेता है ना, तो आप scientifically it is proven, psychologically it is proven that you listen to that person more. So develop the habit of your child to start remembering names of the kids. Very important. Okay. Second, develop networking skills in the child. He or she should know how to go and talk to anybody and everybody. Okay. Third, third very important thing. Uh, Teach your child how to organize himself, herself, starting from organizing his bed, her bed. Okay. If a child is able to make his or her bed well, believe you me, the child will be successful in life. It starts from as small a thing as अपना बिस्तर खुद बनाना, अपने कपड़े खुद समेटना. It starts from as small a thing as that, right? So teach your child how to be able to organize himself or herself. And another part of this third element is teach your child how to organize ideas. मैं इतनी बार बच्चों से मिलता हूँ, you know it, that I keep on coming and talking to you. Imagine every time I go live online, I get at least 5, 7, 10, 15 inquiries that I want you to counsel my child. And I do that. My entire day from 10 o'clock in the morning till 8:30 in the evening, all 7 days, I am actually doing career counseling. I meet so many kids year after year, right? Month after month, week after week. And I talk to them, how do you organize yourself? And they're like, we have a routine. I'm like, what about the things that they are not a part of the routine? Something which comes up all of a sudden, something which is very critical. What about those learnings, those skill sets that you want to inculcate for the future? And they don't have any idea. Where is that small diary that you taught your child to maintain to organize his or her ideas? Somebody was telling me yesterday, and this somebody is a great university rep friend of mine, won't take her name, but she was telling me that, Abhishek, do you keep a small diary in your pocket? And I was like, yes, I keep a small diary in my pocket. She's like, that's such a good habit, because I also keep a small diary in my pocket. And every time I have a new idea or a new work to do, I'll first make a note of it in the diary. हमारे मारवाड़ी में, I belong to a Marwadi family. So I'll give you another, एक दोहा चलता है मारवाड़ी में. ये है बनियों के ऊपर, किसी को पैसे देने के ऊपर है, बट उसको रिलेट करेंगे अपन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन से कि हाउ डू यू ऑर्गेनाइज योर आइडियाज एंड हाउ डू यू ऑर्गेनाइज योर थॉट्स. कहते ऐसे हैं कि पहले लिख बाद में देना मतलब किसी को पैसे देना है तो पहले लिख ले. तो हमारे मारवाड़ी में एक कहावत है, पहले लिख बाद में दे, भूल पड़े तो कॉपी से ले. राइट. सो द आइडिया इज कि किसी को पैसे देने से पहले लिख ले कि तूने उसको दे दिया, और कभी भूल पड़ जाए तो अपनी बुक को खोल के देख ले कि तूने किसको दिया था, ताकि भूल में ना पड़े. द बेसिक प्रिंसिपल ऑफ अकाउंटिंग. ये हमारे मारवाड़ी में, मेरे को बचपन में मेरे डैड ने सिखाया था, पहले लिख बाद में दे, भूल पड़े तो कॉपी से ले. राइट. सो the important part here is that we need to teach our children to maintain a log, a time log, an organization, and a log to organize their ideas. Because if they do not organize their ideas, they will never be able to mind map themselves. Mind mapping is very, very critical. Mind mapping is very, very critical for making and developing leadership skills in your child. Right. Okay. Pause that. So the first one was teach your child how to remember names. Second one was teach your child how to network well. The child should be able to go and talk to anyone without any hitch, without any lack of confidence. Third one is help your child to start organizing themselves, starting from the bed. Help your child to start organizing themselves from, writing their daily tasks, organizing their ideas, their thought process, maintaining a time log, calendar of activities. कल क्या करना है वो एक डायरी में बच्चे के पास लिखा होना चाहिए, which should also be divided into two halves. Regular activity and something new. Let your child get into the habit of reading a new book, listening a new podcast. आज के टाइम पे तो कितना कुछ है. There are two apps. I'll name it right now. You definitely need to have on your mobiles or on the gadgets your child is using. One is called Overcast. It's a free podcast app. Let your child listen to some really crazy, phenomenal stuff. Second is the Blinkist. If your child is not used to reading thick books, right, then you can download an app called Blinkist, and every book is there in in a very short summary format. Reading something is better than reading nothing. Okay, so do that. uh Third is, fourth is, you should also tell your child what are the qualities of a great leader. Now, what are these qualities? You need to tell them consciously. Okay, so quality of a great leader is that a great leader leads by example. Okay, so you need to allow your child to lead by example. Okay, second is, you need to allow your child to be, to learn the aspect of communication. Now, most often than not, we treat communication as public speaking. Good, very good. Public speaking is a great way. Public speaking is a great way to build leadership skills. But another important factor of a great leader, or another important characteristic of a great leader, is building listening skills. So you need to teach your child this. Finally, you enroll your child into a great public speaking exercise. Enroll your child into that. And once your child is enrolled into a great public speaking course, his or her confidence will shoot up. Okay. Now, these are certain things that you definitely need to keep in mind before pushing your child into the world of college or into the world of work. So for heaven's sake, build leadership skills in your child. Take the tips and advices that I've given you. There are two ways you can look at it. There are ways like there are various summer programs which focus on leadership skills. So next year, when the summers come, hopefully the COVID would have settled down. Make your child participate into summer programs which are leadership oriented. One very good summer program is Harvard Youth for Change program, right? It's a great summer program. There are some great leadership competitions. Now, you have an opportunity where you can teach your child how to become a good leader with heart, free of cost. At right now, High School Moms is the outreach partner for a competition being done by one of the finest universities in the world called Huron at Western. Now, Huron at Western is a Canadian university, one of the finest names in Canada, one of the finest liberal education universities in the world. They are doing a free of cost competition called Global Leaders with Heart. The only problem is this competition is only and only open for grade 12 students. But big deal, बोर्ड्स आ रहे हैं, आएंगे. बोर्ड्स हर साल होते हैं. आपका बच्चा अगर 5-7-10 घंटे एक कंपटीशन में पार्टिसिपेट करने में लगा लेगा, उससे बोर्ड्स खराब नहीं होंगे. रैदर उससे उसके चांसेस ऑफ गेटिंग एडमिशन इनटू अ ग्रेट यूनिवर्सिटी either in India or outside India will increase, right? So this competition, the link is there on your Facebook pages. The link is there on the Instagram bio of highschoolmoms.community, right? Go out there. It is there on the Facebook group. Go and look at that link. Click on that link. It will take you to Huron's website. There is a register now button. Just register for that leadership skills program, which is only and only open for grade 12 students. Your child will not only be able to learn from the best of the people in the world. I mean, Huron's faculty is going to come and give a great orientation. Their alumni will come and mentor. So not only your child will be able to learn and mentor from the best of the people in the best of the brains in the world, but will be able to participate into a leadership competition. How good is that? How great is that, right? So do that, because this is free of cost. Imagine if a university like Huron is getting something, they will definitely not charge you for that competition. The only thing is this: there is an orientation happening on 28th of November, which is coming Saturday, which is day after tomorrow. And if you do not register now, you will not be able to participate in. Your child will not be able to participate in that competition. So tell your child to go on the link which is there on the Facebook groups. Scroll down a little, because हर रोज group पे इतने सारे post होते हैं, page पे इतने सारे post होते हैं, इंस्टाग्राम पे बहुत सारे पोस्ट है. थोड़ा सा स्क्रॉल डाउन करिए, आपको वो लीडर्स विद ग्लोबल लीडर्स विद हार्ट का कंपटीशन दिख जाएगा. क्लिक करिए वहां लिंक पे, आप उनकी वेबसाइट पे जाएंगे, वहां एक रजिस्ट्रेशन फॉर्म है, भरिए. 28 तारीख को शाम को 7 बजे अटेंड देयर ओरिएंटेशन. They will teach the child how to participate in the next round and the final round. And if your child is selected, not only your child gets recognized with a certificate, right? Rather, everybody who participates in the competition will get a certificate. But if your child gets selected, not only he or she gets recognized with a certificate, he or she also gets a chance to earn scholarship of up to $5,000 from Huron, right? $5,000 is a big amount. And third, your child will also get an opportunity to possibly get mentored by the best of the people in the industry, their alumni who are working in the best of the companies and their own faculty. So There are ways and means of building leadership skills as long as you don't take me lightly. Problem ये है आप लोगों का, और बुरा मत मानिएगा, सुनते बहुत है मेरे को हर रोज, समझता कोई नहीं है। आप लोग हर रोज आते हैं मेरे को सुनने के लिए, कितने आप लोगों में से समझते हैं मुझको, उस पर डिपेंड करता है। अगर आप समझिएगा तो मैं रोज इतना कुछ बताता हूं कि आपको मेरे पास आकर के करियर काउंसलिंग लेने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी। With that, I hope with the bottom of my heart that you will start teaching leadership skills. You'll start developing leadership skills in your child right from the middle school all the way to the high school, because research says, like I said, do not discount the research, because research says kids who are good leaders in high school, they go on to become really successful leaders in their work life. If you want your child to be successful in work life, if you want your child to be known, please go out there and focus on your child, help your child to develop and imbibe certain leadership skills all the way in the middle school to high school onwards. And go out there. This is a great opportunity where you can participate in Huron's Global Leaders with Heart Challenge. If your child is in grade 12 and if you're missing out on this opportunity just because it's going to take 8-10 hours of prep to participate in that competition, believe you me, you'll repent it. That's a big mistake that you'll be doing. Thank you so very much. Take care. Good night. I'll see you yet another time with another episode of HSM Talks. This is Abhishek Gupta signing off for now. Good night. Jai Hind.